The Agroclimatic Resilience in Semi-Arid Landscapes, ACReSAL, is a federal government of Nigeria intervention project in the 19 northern states and the FCT. The project is supported by the World Bank with a core mandate to restore 1 million hectares of degraded land and to address harmful agricultural practices that lead to low productivity output and poor living standards in communities. Since its inauguration in June 2022, ACReSAL has executed several projects across the participating states and the FCT, and the impacts are being felt across the strata. We take a tour across states where ACReSAL is executing life-impacting projects. Join us as we take a tour through Kogi State. Communities in Mabolo, Ofejiji and Ogaji in Ankpa local government area and Okeola Otu in Kababunu local government area of Kogi State are predominantly farmers. They had been struggling with poverty as rain-fed farming was limited to about 5 months annually. Many of the farmers could not afford basic needs or send their children to school. People in these communities had challenges accessing water for both domestic and agricultural uses. Though there are rivers, only a few farmers attempted all year-round farming due to challenges in accessing the rivers. Farmers could not engage in dry season farming, as such farm outputs were always very poor. In tackling the situation, ACReSAL intervened by introducing dry season farming in capacity building, farm inputs, and irrigation infrastructure to ensure sustainable agricultural practices and improved food security for the 4 communities. The intervention began in December 2023 and concluded in April 2024. It started with stakeholder engagements and identification of farmers interested in dry season farming.
In our community here, what we normally do is a raining farming season. That is what we normally do. We have never heard about anything called dry farming season before because we don't have what it takes to do the farming in terms of the equipment. Until the ACReSAL people came to introduce us into dry farming season. They trained us how to do this dry farming season, and they supply all the equipment that is needed for the farming. To the glory of God, when we came out with the harvest, we were surprised.
When the ACReSAL came and introduced us to this dry farming season, we were like saying, is this thing going to work? This one that we don't have water and to come from a river outside is very, very difficult. We were like saying, is it going to work? So I picked some product, some maize to my own yard and planted it there. So after everything, I really enjoyed the farm.
Community interest groups, CIGs, were formed with 17 members in Ofejiji, Ogaji and Mabolo and 50 members in Kababunu. ACReSAL helped prepare a total of 5.3 hectares of land in Ankpa and 4.25 hectares in Kababunu for dry season maize farming. The average farm size was 0.1 hectares per farmer in Ankpa local government and 0.085 hectares per farmer in Kababunu local government area.
The dry season farming is somehow novel. It was ACReSAL that introduced the dry season farming to us. We were used to the normal wet season farming, and during the dry season, we idle away. But with ACReSAL now coming on board, they train us, they introduce dry season farming to us, and we key into it, and we are enjoying it.
This is my story now. We have been living in poverty and hunger since. So, as the introduction of ACReSAL, we have been hearing it that there is dry season. It used to go on in outside land. Every time they used to bring things from outside land. Fresh things are coming out from outside land. But I never know that dry season farming can reign in our community until the coming of ACReSAL now introduce us into it. After introducing us into it, we decide to, they teach us how to farm, how to make the ridges, how to do the planting and spacing it. After we did that, we've decided to harvest our product, maize, successfully. So after harvesting it, I gained like 3 bags from my dry season farming. I took some to market. I keep some at home and eat with my family.
The total cost of the intervention was 39,585,000 naira. A comprehensive package of farming inputs was provided to farmers, including 10 kilograms hybrid maize seeds per person, 1 rain boot per person, 1 knapsack sprayer per person, 3 liters of organic fertilizer per CIG of 17 members, 1 liter of insecticide per CIG, and 2 liters of herbicides per CIG. The intervention directly benefited 150 farmers, 133 males and 17 females, and had 1,400 indirect beneficiaries, 550 males and 850 females. The introduction of dry season farming significantly improved livelihoods, food security, and economic outcomes for the beneficiaries. The success of the intervention has prompted interest in expanding dry season farming to other areas in the state. Beyond offering entertainment and relaxation to tourists and educational visits by conservationists, with the successes recorded so far from not only the communities showcased, but across all participating 19 states and the FCT, the ACReSAL program has made great strides. The impacts made in the various communities have gone a long way to restoring degraded landscapes and improving lives in communities that had been neglected.